This is my audience: Wayne, Tanner as cameraman, Landon, Josh, and Jared. There are many controversial issues and topics in the world today. People have extremely powerful and emotional opinions on these subjects. In all the controversy and emotion that falls on these subjects, the facts can be quite easily askew when presented to the public. This is the case for the gun control debate that is currently taking place in the United States today. Today, I will attempt to persuade you that there should not be a mass semi-automatic or assault weapon gun ban in the United States. First, I will talk about the several gun laws and regulations in the U.S. that keeps the weapons out of the possession of those who are likely to use them for harm. Second, I will talk about how assault rifles and other semi-automatic weapons are not the leading cause of gun deaths in the United States. Finally, I will talk about how the United States government should not mass ban guns due to the importance and the purpose of the Second Amendment. First, I'll start with the many gun laws and regulations in the U.S. that keep assault weapons out of the possession of criminals and those who are likely to intend harm with them. The United States has set laws in place which citizens can own and have access to these weapons. These laws make it unnecessary to ban the said weapons due to the fact that they will not be in the possession of anyone that will use them for harm or illegal acts. All gun retailers are required to, according to the NRA Institute for Legislative Action. The following classes of people are ineligible to possess, receive, ship, or transport firearms or ammunition. Those convicted of crimes punishable by imprisonment for over 1 year, except state misdemeanors punishable by 2 years or less, fugitives from justice, unlawful users of certain depressant, narcotics, or stimulant drugs, those agitated as mental deficients or incompetents, or those committed to any mental institution, illegal aliens, citizens who have renounced their citizenship, those persons dishonorably discharged from the armed forces, persons less than 18 years of age for the purchase of a shotgun or a rifle, persons convicted in any court of a misdemeanor crime or domestic violence. The weapons that are being banned are not easily accessible by any criminals or people with history of mental illness. Owners of these weapons must go through these background checks. Banning these weapons would not stop criminals from obtaining them, as the only way that they can get them so far is by purchasing or obtaining them illegally. Now we move on to the assault rifles and other semi-automatic weapons are not the leading causes of gun deaths in the United States. There is often a misconception when it comes to the assault weapons. This is that people are killed in the streets on a daily basis with assault weapons. This conception comes from the great amount of emotion that comes with the terror of mass shootings in the U.S. communities. In reality, assault weapons are not even in a majority of gun deaths, let alone leading them. According to www.bjs.gov/content/guns, this is a figure of the homicides by weapon type from 1980 to 2008. As you can see, handguns peaked at 14,000 deaths in roughly 1990, while other guns, which would have only a percentage of assault weapons, peaked at around 3,000 in 1980. As shown, the handguns are by far the leading cause of gun deaths in the U.S., leaving assault weapons ranking under even knives. Assault weapons are not the death machines that they are made out to be by the media. Handguns cause over 7 times the amount of gun deaths that assault weapons cause in the U.S. Based off this knowledge, it would be irrational and unreasonable to have a mass gun ban on assault weapons when handguns are clearly the deadlier weapon. If the goal of the ban is to eliminate the greatest amount of potential gun deaths, it would make much more statistical sense to ban handguns. Assault weapons have not strategically made enough of an impact to enact a mass gun ban against them in the U.S. A mass gun ban should be fueled by statistical evidence and facts, rather than the emotion that is driving the current ban today. Finally, I will bring up how the United States government should not mass ban guns due to the importance and purpose of the Second Amendment. America should know the importance of the Second Amendment due to how closely it ties in with our history. When America was under the oppression of Great Britain, they took up arms and fought for their unalienable rights and beliefs. According to the Constitution of the United States of America, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. This is the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment is completely necessary in the world today. Its main purpose is to allow a population to protect itself from its own government if it should turn tyrannical. If a party or group of leaders in the U.S. government decide to overthrow democracy or forcefully enforce unconstitutional law upon the people and country, the Second Amendment would allow for the people for the defense and retaliation needed to restore freedom and democracy. A mass gun ban would infringe on millions of citizens' rights to the Second Amendment. It would also threaten and enforce imprisonment or fines for hundreds of thousands who do not give over their firearms or resist. A mass gun ban would destroy America's ability to fight back against corruption and tyranny. In conclusion, a mass semi-automatic weapon ban enacted in the United States would not be acceptable. There are already several in-depth laws and regulations that stop people who intend to use weapons for harm from legally purchasing or obtaining firearms. Statistically, the ban does not make logical sense, as semi-automatic weapons and assault weapons are not a leading cause of gun deaths in America. If a gun ban was enacted, it would unjustly infringe on the rights of millions of Americans. I hope I was able to persuade some of you today. Thank you.